What up, what up, what up? We are back from another episode of the Art of Hustle podcast. Hannah, what's up?
How's it going, big guy?
Oh, chilling on a Sunday in the office,
I know.
back in the cozy studio
Where all began, the
I know.
OG.
About a year ago. That's crazy.
Dang. What a year.
What's been your favorite thing about podcasting last year?
Honestly, I would probably say the conversations that podcast has brought up outside of the studio. Like, it's amazing how many people ask about it and ask about, like, how is it? Do you like it? Is it hard to do? How do you figure out what you're going to talk about? Like, good for you and Corin sitting down and talking, like, all that then sparks different conversations. And I'm like, dang, it's something different. Like, people are very curious about the podcast.
The Art of Hustle.
Yeah.
What do you tell people?
I can't disclose that. I'm just kidding. I tell them I'm very honest in the fact that, like, I didn't want to do this at first. Like, this was very much your idea, and it was kind of pulling teeth a little bit. But once you start it and you really, like, break the ice, it's so natural. Like, I swear everybody can be a podcaster. You just have to try, and you have to know someone to do, like, the technical side of things. But that's not me.
Being a computer nerd.
Yeah, exactly. But you just have to try, and it comes naturally, and then it's so fun. Like, there's kind of I tell them that, like, there's this weird high that comes after 45 minutes to an hour of, like, talking with your spouse or with someone that you're, like, when we do our interviews, like, someone that we're learning stuff about and, like, getting to ask them stuff that you'd never just ask them on, passing by. You get deep fast. And it's like this high at the end of it. You're like, yeah, that was great. I want to do that again. That's what I tell them. Does anybody ask you about podcasting?
They do. People always ask me. They're really shocked by it. I think people hit the, how can you do so much at one time? And It really is, like, once you get the technical side down, like, an hour command per week. So I just tell them I love the curious conversations and just the desire to know more and to, like, open up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate guests now, like just having them come on, have their perspective. Obviously, I've done a lot more, like, one-on-one guests.
Yeah.
This last, few episodes, but yeah, I enjoy getting to know people. I love the curiosity and just, like, how they have made an impact, how I make impact, and how we can collaborate on the impact.
Yeah. I like that.
So we come up on Christmas time. You are returning from your first ever work trip.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
Talk to us about the latest role that Hannah has embarked on.
Yes. So I took the role as volleyball director at Bailey Sports. Little background on Bailey Sports. It's a new sports complex that right now they're phase 1. They're building a huge competitive gymnastics and rec gymnastics with 3, possibly 4 volleyball courts inside. And the owners, Jacob and Jordan, have hired me on as their volleyball director, meaning my job is to build, create, and hire for recreational volleyball. We're going to start recreational and then probably potentially go into more competitive, but start with the fun part. But Jordan and I just got back from Kansas City, Missouri. I realized that there's 2 Kansas cities, which I didn't know that. Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas? Is that right?
Don't even ask me.
Okay, I did. I had no idea. But to clarify, we went to Kansas City, Missouri, to a huge volleyball convention. we went there. It was like a week long, but we went just for one day to learn mainly about the how to kind of start the a volleyball club and what makes them great, what can be challenging, and everything in between. So it was very, I learned a lot. I met a lot of people. The volleyball world is huge, but also small. Like you start to kind of like, you build relationships really fast. And there's a lot of people, a lot of coaches, and a lot of mentors that have been in the game for a long time that are eager to share their knowledge. So I learned a lot, met some people, and on all just really like the craziest thing about the whole thing was like for 48 hours, all I had to do was focus on volleyball. There was nothing else. I was not in charge of anyone else. I was only in charge of myself, and then learning about volleyball, which felt really good.
That's awesome. So, mother, wife, business owner, high school varsity coach. Why did you say yes to this?
Great question. I thoroughly, as I'm walking this path, I'm realizing the role that volleyball has played in my life, and it really has shaped me into the female, confident, competitive female that I am today, in every aspect, in business, in motherhood, in marriage. And this opportunity, I felt like I'm going to be able to take volleyball, take business, combine them, and impact a incredible amount of young athletes through volleyball. So I guess why did I take this job? Because I'm passionate about impacting the youth in Central Oregon through volleyball. So I said, let's do it.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
It's been wild seeing, honestly, like the last year of just like the beginning of the year, kind of all the possibilities. Just starting the year with celebration of 5 years of business, and then how all these things have like popped up on the table, and just seeing the confidence to grasp some of these things and really attack them, and really like pursue new passions. It's been really fun to like encourage each other to like take the next leap and like create more impact. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm honestly, if it was not for you encouraging me to say yes to the things, to say yes before I absolutely know that it's going to work out. I've said yes to a lot of things lately that I'm like, I'm just going with it. And it is crazy when you say yes to something and then you put time and effort and energy into it, how 9 times out of 10, it's either going to turn out better than you expected, or it's not going to turn out anything like you expected, and you're going to learn from it, and you're going to be able to take those lessons and do it better next time.
That's facts. I was in Bible study this last week, and fear came up a lot. How fear is used in our lives, and what came up for me was just this opportunity to use fear as a motivator rather than a restrictor. So I use fear as like something I put behind me to like not go back there, because I'm fear of the past in a way of like going backwards rather than being fearful of going forward, right? And so I look at my life, and it really is a bunch of decisions based off fear, and I've used fear to say, all right, I have 2 routes. What I'm most scared of, which path? Let me go walk down that path. And just using that as a guideline, that's most of the times got me in a good place.
Right.
Obviously, it's bit me in the butt sometimes, but I feel like this is something that's coming to life for you, is just the, like in the beginning of the year, was how can I add more? How am I going to possibly coach a high school team and how am I possibly going to run a whole program, right? And that opportunity to like get better and to develop in the person you are today is like that perseverance, that volleyball toughness that you played, and like now you get to put on display again with this new opportunity. So I'm excited to cheer you on, me and the kids.
Thanks.
You always know we got your back, number one supporters.
Yeah, I do. And I do have to say, like, another thing that fires me up about this whole thing is like thinking about Ava. Like our programs will probably start either 5 or 6. And we might have like tots where it starts like as early. These one programs are starting as early as 18 months. I'm like,
All right,
that's
time out.
crazy.
Time out. What are you doing 18 months?
Great.
Rolling the ball around?
Great question. You're spiking bubbles.
All right, I get that. All right.
But I'm saying, I like for young girls and boys, like I feel like soccer is kind of like the number one thing that you put your young kid in. Like it's so normal to like have recreational soccer, and then the next is basketball. Volleyball doesn't honestly really start
till what, middle school?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I get fired up thinking about Ava like getting out there with like a little volley light and a little short net, and just like literally just starting with playing catch. Like the very first levels, you like toss a ball over, and the goal is to catch the ball. Like you run to the ball and catch it. And
That's
it like
awesome.
it starts at such a low level, but I'm like, I want Ava. I want to do that with Ava. Like it just gets me fired up. So I also think about like, it's not just these middle school, high school. It's like, it's gonna,
it starts now.
It's gonna start them young and it be fun. It's not like, that's my goal, is to like start it young and to keep fun in the mix and not have it go straight to competitive right away. And like, that matters so much. It's like, no, this is for movement and for fun. Sorry, I get fired up. I get passionate about this, obviously.
Get him. You're not a coach, you're a director? Get him director. Gotta find a little hype saying for you.
Yeah.
So we just came off of, so we're sitting in December, just had our 5th holiday Christmas party. Or probably 4th.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
COVID.
probably because of
I don't know.
COVID. Yeah, probably 4th.
But this year, this Christmas party at Lyft hit different. I feel like there was more intentionality, more depth, more presence, more love, more overall positive energy. I know my experience was just overall just happy and just like couldn't believe. I always can't believe what we have built in our building, what the people we're doing it with. Speak a little bit about kind of what the impact our Christmas party had for you.
I was in awe of how, if you take the very basis of what we do, like movement, took hundreds of people and created this community that ignites like beauty. Like I'm trying to think of words to put into the energy that was in that room at like the Christmas party. But I kept like, it was just beautiful. And the fact that movement, a safe place where people can come and move together, created that along with like blood, sweat, and tears, and our hard work and management and all the amazing people that we have the like pleasure of having on our staff created that. And it really, I got emotional a couple times throughout the night. I think just looking around, and like, it took a lot of hard work, and a lot of the people in that room know to a degree how much hard work it took and still takes. And I'm like kind of honestly at a lack of words for it, but it was beautiful. And I left there with my cup very filled with other people's energies, which is hard nowadays. A lot of times when you leave a room with a lot of other people, I'm at least for me personally, I'm like, wow, that was a lot. The Christmas party, I was like, wow, that was amazing. What did it do for you?
For me, I have a hard time celebrating myself and just like the wins. I rather focus on like the losses and improve and get stuck in that cycle of constant improvement. I think there's a lot of blessings and a curse of that. But that Christmas party was a big win that I like allowed myself to celebrate. And not in the win for like how many people showed up or whatever to whatever. It was just this very human feeling. Honestly, what it was, I haven't been in a room with that many people with that many different lives for one common like enjoyment since NFL.
Mm.
And obviously we've had parties every year where there's a lot of people and a lot of love. But there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
With a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to like almost like the praises and like I'm not a words of affirmation kind of guy. And there's a lot of words of affirmation given to me. And I was like system overload. In a good way, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, it really inspired me to like sit in the moment, see what got us here, and ensure I'm doing the right work to make sure it still goes that way. So overall, it was just a very positive energy, and like it was a great way to end the year, as far as community goes. So I can't be more happy with how it went.
I'm glad. You also, I think since our last podcast, have launched something. You want to talk to us about your launching?
I've launched a few things.
You have.
Maybe a few too many.
You're a launcher.
You get a launch. You get a launch. I got something for you. Which thing are you talking to specifically?
I was talking mainly about your retreat.
All right. So this last year, 2025, I have gotten outside the business, meaning outside of personal training, group training, to really see the community and see what health and wellness needs are in our community, locally, regionally, nationally, right? So I've been cooking up this idea that everyone's a high performer that I know, whether you're a parent, business owner, executive, grandparent, anything, right? There's these certain traits that carry over in every atmosphere, every aspect. So I was like, how can I get all these people in a room so we can all get better? Just create a space that we can just mentally improve, physically, emotionally, just gain clarity. So February 6th, here in Bend, Oregon, we have the Reset Summit. This Reset Summit's all going to be about quieting the noise of everyday society. From kids, spouses, careers, to technology, to everything. We are going to reestablish a baseline of your individual self so you can go back into your space and dominate. So you have clarity, so you have intentionality, so you have focus, and most importantly, you have presence. So this whole weekend is going to be designed around, I don't want to say returning back to yourself, but reestablishing your baseline to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and all the opportunities you can pursue if you decide. Those things are very hard when there's a lot of noise around you. This comes from a business owner, from a husband, from a dad of 3 young kids. Living in a small town, there's a lot of noise. And it really has derived from my playing days of just quieting the crowd and dominating on the field.
It's crazy you say that. Like coaching, I found myself over and over. It was like when we got into like pressurized situations, it really was who's going to be able to control, which team is going to be able to control the noise, quiet the noise in their head. And whoever can do that will perform at a higher level and will therefore win. And like, that is 100% parallel to the world. Like, there's so much noise. And
much noise.
we not only that, we don't know how to operate without noise. Like, I saw this thing on social media, and she was like, another 45 minutes of raw dog
Oh,
in
I've
it.
seen this trend.
And
yeah.
It's like literally sitting on your couch for 45 minutes with no noise, no phone, no TV, nothing's playing on Alexa, your kids aren't around, your spouse isn't around, you're literally just sitting there in silence for 45 minutes. And because of the rate of noise that we experience every day, it's like, some people were saying it's painful. It is painful to sit for 45 minutes. They're like, you have to start smaller than that. Like, you might not even be able to make it 45 minutes. Like, that's crazy to think about. And it's like, our minds aren't
built for this.
No, we really are functioning on overload, like air, throughout our whole day. Think about if you're functioning, your baseline, you got tools to function at a state where the noise was minimal. Think about how much how much your life would be elevated in every aspect. You'd actually see your spouse when your spouse walked through the door after a day at work and after a day with the kids. You'd actually sit down on the ground, crisscross applesauce, and build blocks or enter into your child's imaginary game with them. You know, you might open up your laptop and be able to legit work on one thing for 20 minutes without picking up your phone with the second your brain needed to numb out. You know, there's all these things that we don't even realize have become normal to do. I stop at a stoplight. I have to hide my phone because I want to pick up my phone to oh, here's going to be 90 seconds. What can I fill my brain with?
What? Yeah.
You know?
And it's not that productive. That's the problem.
No. There's no.
It's crazy because I think my earlier business and I had no idea what the work that needed to be done until I really experienced it and got mentorship, right? And now with AI, it's really simplified my workload. So I get to fill it more time. Shout out to my guy Justin Coates, AI pioneer. If y'all didn't listen to the episode, check it out because he's doing great things. But he said something to me that was really eye-opening. He said AI is not here to replace jobs. It's meant to give us more time back. And how we fill that time is going to be the choice to produce a good society. He said that, I was like, oh, man. I was like, let me learn how to master AI and then learn how to master sitting with myself. And again, I've been in all those, pick up the phone here, quick dopamine releases here, brain, whatever. Once I got to the space of trying to really sit with myself, it really brought me back to this feeling of playing football, 30,000 people in the stands. It's a 2-minute drill. We have to score a touchdown. And I can let all that noise mess up my cadence, mess up my technique, or I can do the work to quiet all the noise. And I think that this is what I'm trying to tell people now is how do you turn it all down? Because, everyone's motivated, but pressure destroys motivation. Once pressure and noise hit, you rely on your standards. And people are realizing that their standards aren't built on a strong foundation. So they're getting the same cycles of nonsense. And so if we can just train our standards to behave a certain way, it literally takes all 1% every day. That's all it takes. And, that means different things. If it's personal, career, finance, home, whatever. But my goal is to take the whole person, break it down 1%. And everyone coming to the summit, they will get a whole game plan about how to attack life 1%. And now at the 99% of that noise, crush their 1%.
I'm excited.
Just like you said, I'm fired up.
Fired up. Let's go.
I'm fired up. I care about change in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so alongside of that, we got the youth programs at the gym going. So I got all kind of things in motion.
I know. Grant's really trying to just hit every aspect of a human. He doesn't want to leave anybody out.
You getting this work. You getting this work. You getting this work. Nah, the kids excite me though, as you know.
Yeah.
Working with kids last year and having kids of our own. Like kids matter.
Kids matter.
Kids like, need opportunities.
100%. Like just the ability to empower the youth. Like, and obviously I'm a little bit more like towards female athletes, just females in general, like empowering females is incredible to watch. And I think for you, like empowering males specifically is, you do empower females too. You've empowered me. But watching you like empower male athletes has been really cool. And I'm really excited. We're kind of doing this next 8-week session together in a sense. And I'm excited. I think that we both, we both like, I think it's going to be, I know it's going to be great, but I think we're going to like learn things from each other. Like we both have our different strengths, and I think we'll be able to.
I'm about to turn it up.
I know. No, it's going to be so fun.
I'm thinking already like, so I got a group of linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen. And I got a lot of guys from last offseason, a lot of guys, new guys this year. I'm 10X to them. Listen, just know we about to be running in the snow.
Oh my God.
If you late, you about to be running up the hill and back. We're gonna have 1 minute tank pushes competitions.
All right.
We about to get crazy. Like I'm taking the gloves off. It's about to be tough. This will be the hardest thing these kids ever done.
Let's go.
It's about to be lit.
One of the things at this volleyball conference that a lot of talk was about was how do you increase more or less mental toughness in this day and age. And there was a lot of, I would probably say majority, like this was like, there was a panel and it was, I'd probably say like 50 and 60-year-olds on the panel. And so like a generation above me. And they were saying how my generation and then one generation below me, like each generation has gotten softer. And like, I know it's not okay. That those words
about to get me on the soapbox.
I know. Those words weren't exactly used, but it was saying that like, first of all, parents are way more involved than they ever used to be. And how that's kind of they're like bubble wrapping their kids.
Let me stop you here.
Okay.
So this conversation really just, what are the new kids that give me the ick? Listen, we are battling some of the hardest things we've ever navigated, ever.
Talk. Like
technology, what? Economics, social disruption, wars everywhere, right? Information overload. Back in that generation, they had their neighborhood, they had their church, they had their work, right? And maybe their extended family.
Right.
We have 1.5 million people talking to us every day. I can literally get 100 texts one day, right? So this thought of this hyper-connected society we live in is causing a lot of problems. So what really just gets me is when a panel of 50 and 60-year-olds sit up on their high horses, y'all getting soft. It's getting softer.
They weren't saying that.
Let me finish.
Okay.
They point out the obvious. Yeah, people are checking grades. Yeah, we got technology. Yeah, we want our kids to win. It's this whole ecosystem that, yeah, it's a problem. But until you like get to the root of it and get off the panel and get into the gyms and create more space for these kids to change, what doesn't change doesn't change. So it's easy to sit up there for them and say all this stuff, but until you do the work to create the programs or create the space, it ain't gonna change.
So back to what I was saying while we were talking, I was thinking in my head of like, you have like, weirdly enough, the number one thing you have to do is get the youth off of their phone. That's like, why are you huffing and puffing?
Go ahead.
We're having a discussion over here.
I think, is it a discussion or are they just stating the obvious?
Cornelius, this is what I'm saying. This is not what the panel is saying.
Who's on this panel? I'm not to LinkedIn them.
No, you're not. I'm not giving you any info. Before I was rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
I'm saying this. I'm saying like literally the number one thing you have to do is create an environment where no phones are allowed, whether that be for 30 minutes, for 45, for an hour and a half, for 2 hours if you're running a practice. Like any environment where you can have a handful of youth with no phones, you already are winning. You're already getting 1% better there. Then you add a mental and a physical strain and pressure that they have to like work through, and not only work through individually, but as a whole group. You like,
all right,
you can't,
you loop me back in.
You cannot like come tell me what's a better environment for your kid or for your athlete. Like
nothing.
I know. Thank you for your let me just talk. I get to my point.
I love you.
But it's like you don't have to do all these crazy mind games with the youth. You have to remove the noise and then add pressure.
Okay. So this panel, let's just go back to this reference because I'm serious about
your ick.
Well, just everyone talks about it. And I've really been having a long conversation about all this in a lot of different rooms. No one wants to do or support it. So you being in this room with the all directed toward this conference, or this part of it was the mental toughness, what was the response from people?
I mean, it was so like what, like a lot of, because it was around volleyball, it was like, okay, well, what drills can you do with volleyball to create mental toughness? Or what discussions can you have? What can parents do? How can you encourage parents?
So break it down. What were they saying about those categories?
Like I said, creating environments where you add pressure. Like it has to you have to practice. An athlete or a student has to practice being under pressure and like fail. And like it has to be okay for them to fail. Their parents have to be okay with them failing. And then they have to like go through the cycle of like reflecting, understanding why they failed, and then getting back out there and trying again and again and again until before you know it, you've increased your mental toughness, which has then increased your performance. But yes, they were dogging on the mental toughness of the kids, but a lot of the talk was on parents, and it was on and more or less bubble wrapping their kids and not wanting them to fail.
Yeah, I think failure is obviously part of it.
Yeah.
But I think that's just again, that's not the root issue, right? I think it's easy to talk about the symptoms of parents checking the phones, all this, like what's causing all that?
Mm-hmm.
And like, how do we address that part of it? Obviously, that's out of our control of what we can do for our gym programs, but we can create the failure. We can create safe space. We can create suffering and hard work.
Yeah.
Like, we will gladly do that to do our part in this community. But I think that, again, I'll remove myself from my soapbox. It's a bigger conversation. I think that doesn't start until we just stop saying that people are soft.
Yes. I think at the end of the day, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable, and you have to seek out uncomfortability. Everybody, no matter what age you are, if you want to get better, if you want to progress, you have to seek out you have to be okay with being uncomfortable.
So 2026, How are you getting uncomfortable?
Um, well, I'm running the longest distance I've ever run in my entire life, and I'm not a runner. So physically, that's going to make me very uncomfortable.
I'm not excited about this. Go ahead.
And then like mentally / business wise, I'm saying yes to something that is very uncomfortable for me. A lot of things there's a lot of unknowns. Another thing that came up was like how much talk there is about anxiety. And it's like anxiety is the fear of unknown, like not knowing. That's what brings on anxiety. And so instead of like, it's like helping the youth change the perspective. Like instead of saying like, oh, like for example, walking into the doors of our gym, I bet you majority of those athletes in their mind think that they are like very, very anxious. They don't know what's behind the doors. They don't know what they're going to expect.
Good.
I know what they're doing is they're really they're putting themselves in a place to be uncomfortable. And it's like doing that over and over, you then gain control of that feeling of anxiety. Because it's just the only thing that why I'm feeling this is because I'm fearful of what's there. Well, let's go figure it out. And let's do it together. Let's do it in a place where it's safe and where it's fun, where I know I'm going to get better. It's doing that. And so like for myself, it's like, okay, what can I do? Here I am telling the youth, you got to go do this if you want to be better. Okay, what do I want to do? One of the main reasons I'm running a half marathon, because I'm about to be very, very, very uncomfortable. And yeah, I'm a little bit anxious. And with Bailey Sports, like, yeah, I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit, there's a little bit of the unknown that is scary.
Good.
Imposter syndrome. But I'm stoked. You know why I'm stoked? Because I've done a lot of other scary things.
Yeah.
And I can look on the back at those and be like,
preach. Scary ain't scary when you've been scared before.
Yeah, like I did that. Heck yeah, I can do this. And if I don't get it the first time, I'll get it the second, third, or fourth because I'm not giving up. Sorry, soapbox. What are you doing, Cornelius Martin, that's going to make you uncomfortable in 2026?
You know what's funny? It's always the same thing for me, but it just shows different ways. Public speaking.
Oh, okay.
I literally hate public speaking, but I love it so much. I remember, thought about it real quick, 5th grade. This could go a lot of different ways, but I grew up in a pretty not white area, and they asked me to be Martin Luther King for Black History Month. Yeah, no, that can be. Anyways,
they meant well.
Yeah, I have a dream, right? And that was the first time I was so scared. 5th grade, brand new school, right? Like 6 months into school, I'm feeling great. They asked me to go in front of everybody and talk. I'm like, what? I had to memorize the whole thing. And that was probably the first time I felt pure alignment with like this out of body experience where I was so like in this zone. You know how you talking about earlier, like you speak for 45 minutes, you have like this high.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you're talking and you experience that high because it's like you're watching yourself execute the highest level possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So present day, I just joined another board, Chamber of Commerce, that starts in 2 weeks.
Congrats.
Thank you. So I'll be on the Chamber of Commerce, supports local businesses, does some policy advocation, and just wants to see the whole business community support, the whole business community like win. And so we go to the community, we support some stuff. And it's almost like that imposter syndrome because I'm like, all right, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
What value do I add? But it comes with a lot of public speaking and standing up in front of rooms and senators, all that kind of good stuff, just to like speak to my positioning and like the board's positioning. So that's a big one. And then I have I'm going to Nashville next month to speak for a global sales meeting for a tech company. And I'm super excited because it's going to stretch me, right? I'm leaving home to work. I'm going to need to bring my A game for my talk. I'm going to need to present well. And I want to deliver something super impactful. So all those combinations make me super uncomfortable because I put that pressure on myself to perform at a high level. So, and then obviously all the new programs. Anytime you bring a new product program alive, it's kind of like a testing, waiting game to see if it's something that the community needs. So that's those are probably the top 4 uncomfortable things. Number 1 though is learning how to sit with myself, how to sit in my head, my heart, in my body. And I'm gonna learn how to do that by running a half marathon, because I need some internal work to make sure the external pressure meets.
I like that.
I remember last year we talked about goals, and one was like youth sports and youth movement. This is nothing. It takes so long to build something really well. So if anyone's listening and all those people are like social media entrepreneur, business owner, like, oh, it's so easy. Nah, don't believe that. It takes so long to bring something to life if it's meaningful.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of hard work.
Well, and to make sure that it's sustainable.
Yeah.
Like you can't just have like, if you have this like peak, it's not sustainable. Like you have to like, there's this like slow grind that happens and you like have to slowly work at it. And before long, that's why they say like write down your goals, because you almost don't even realize almost so much time happens that you don't even realize that this is one of your goals and that you've achieved one of your goals. So like write your goals down and go back. And like Corn and I are like, we're going to fight. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm planning a little staycation for us.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. And one of the main reasons besides quality time that I want to do that is because I want us to get together. I want to have some quiet time where there's no noise, where we're writing down our goals for 2026, our own personal goals, our spiritual goals, our physical goals, our mental goals, and then like our goals together as like the Edisons, and our family goals and like what. And I want to then next year like go back and look at it and see how we did, because I am a strong believer that writing those down, spending time to create those goals, writing them down, and then going back in a year to see where you're at is insanely powerful.
It is. And you know what's funny? I don't like writing down. I like talking about it.
Oh. Surprise, surprise. Kelly's Edison likes to talk.
Well, I just feel like talking about it. I'm also experiencing emotions when it's like expressing my voice.
Yeah.
When it's just like written down, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
It like gets stuck in my.
I would agree.
In my head. So I think, I don't know. We'll see. I love you. Can we podcast and do this or what? Can we do like a pod goal setting?
Ooh. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Meet me in the middle so with that, you know what I'm saying?
I'd be open to that.
All right. It's about to be Christmas this week. We think back to Christmas 2025 in 5 years from now. What feeling do you want to have, and how do we create that this week?
Slow. That's what I want to think. I want to like have slow moments, slow mornings, slow everything. And how do we create that? Me slowing my ass down. Dang it. That was just me.
You good over there?
Yes.
No, I got you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, slow down time. I think I don't think about like we were just really having fun together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the most random side quest the next couple weeks. Just chilling together. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's some with like the kids being in school and us working more. like we've done a great job with staying present and staying active and staying engaged. I want us to be together, but just like chill,
Mm-hmm.
like not hyper engaged, but like or hyperactive, just like hyper
Yeah.
chill. You know, engaged but chill. So
Yeah,
you got the red headphones on, you got the green shirt,
I know.
looking
Ho
festive.
ho. Oh goodness.
I love you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself, and I'm also proud of you.
I appreciate it.
And I'm excited. Like, I have taken it upon myself to, I do not want to be a wife or a mom that agrees that the holidays has to be hustle bustle
Oh yeah,
and that there's no other option.
that's a lie.
I refuse. Have I done Christmas shopping yet, though? No, I haven't. What day is it? The 21st.
Yep.
So there might be slight moments of hustle and bustle in the next couple of days, but
We've made margin for it though.
Yeah.
So all right.
I refuse. I hate it. This is the time you're like, especially once the kids are now in school. I'm like,
Yeah.
we have 2 weeks off with the kids where we get like, they
Let's
get our
kick it.
attention and we get their attention. It's like, I don't want them feeling any sort of mom or dad's hustle and bustle because it's the holiday season. I want them to feel us. I want them to feel like safe, and that is my goal.
Dang, girl, I always feel safe. What kind of household you running when I'm gone? I know what you mean, though. You want them to feel like in our arms, warm, safe.
Yes.
Yeah, a safe container. I got you.
Not like life or death.
I love you.
I love you too.
Safe. All right, y'all. Art Hustle Podcast. Merry Christmas, y'all. Enjoy some quality time with your loved ones. Make sure they feel safe.
Slow down.
Slow down. Make them feel safe. We can't wait to touch base with y'all after the holiday season.
Woo woo.
One love. Merry Christmas. Peace.